When we ask you if you know what you want or what you desire, do you know it? What we really mean is, are you in vibrational resonance with your desire? And if you are, your desire is manifesting all around you in lots of different ways. Because when you know it, which is even more than believing it, when you know it, there's no vibrational variance between what you're asking for or what you desire and what you're realizing, what you're receiving, what you're living. You just know it. So as we play with you with that question, it is our desire that because of the conversations that we have, that you do find that resonance with who you really are. And when you find that resonance, you know what we mean by that? You're vibrational. Do you know that? Most humans don't think of themselves as vibrational, but you are. And when you begin to think of yourselves as vibrational, everything gets easier for you in terms of understanding why things are happening the way they are, not only with you, but with everyone else. So we'll remind you briefly. We know you know. You've been hanging around us a while, haven't you? We know that you know that you are vibrational beings, or we want you to know that. We know it so much that we want you to know it. We know it so much that we can almost know it enough for you. If only it would work that way, yes? But there's a better chance of you knowing what we know when we know it. There's a better opportunity for you to find the vibrational resonance with something that we know when you are focused upon it. And most important, when you are looking for the evidence of this knowing within your own life experience. That's really the best part, because words don't teach at all. It is so odd that we offer so many. But we're just offering them all over the place. Esther, achieving vibrational resonance with that which we are. So she's knowing what we know, and then finding the words that best express what we know. So that as you focus upon these words that best express what we know, sometimes you find resonance with what we know through the listening of the words. But that is a scanty part of what you know. What you know really is coming through your own life experience. But the best combination of all is for us to know it, for Esther to get it, for Esther to speak it, for you to hear it, for you to process it in that way, and then confirm what we know through the life experience that you are living. That's the way it works the best. So it's been very nice visiting with you. We'd like you to go out into the world. You are more than these bodies. You're coming to know that. And that is a key part of anything that you will happen to get or know as a result of playing with us. You are more than these physical bodies, and we so want you to know that. That larger part of you that existed before you came into this physical body still exists even though you are in this physical body. And that is such an important thing for you to know. It's so good when you know that all of you isn't here in this physical body. But it's really, really good when you know that you can find thoughts and therefore vibrational patterns. If you keep doing it, you call it beliefs. And if you really keep doing it, then it is your knowing. It is such a wonderful thing when you begin to consciously know that you can find vibrational resonance through the power of what you're focusing upon here with your mind today or any day. And that in finding that vibrational resonance, that larger part of you who existed before you came into this physical body, that larger part of you who still exists even though you are now in this physical body, that you found such resonance with that larger part of you that it is now part of this conversation that you're having with these people you love, or this driving experience that you're having as you're moving down the freeway. When you start tapping in, tuning in, turning on to the wholeness of who you are, not only do you feel wonderful, It feels so good to really include all of you in the conversation. Not only do you feel really, 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 really wonderful now, meaning full of fun, full of clarity, full of sureness, steady, full of that vitality, eagerness for life, that tuned in, tapped in, turned on feeling. It's just the best of all feelings. And when you are here in your physical body, and by virtue of your practiced thought, you are now choosing thoughts that hold no resistance to who you really are. In the absence of that resistance, you allow that full connection. The gap closes between who you're being right here, right now, and who you really are in terms of all that you've become. So you were source energy before you came into this physical body. We're going to do this part fast because you've heard it so many times before. You were source energy before you came into this physical body, and a part of you came into this physical body where you are sifting and sorting through the contrast of your life, and you know what you don't want, you're knowing what you do want, knowing what you don't want, knowing what you do want, sending off rockets of desire. And every time you send off a rocket of desire, you send momentum into your, what we have been calling your vortex of creation. It's a virtual vibrational reality, but it is a reality that exists just the same. It is the vibrational precursor to the things that will come into manifestation for you later on. So this vortex, this spinning vortex, spinning because law of attraction is gathering up all of the cooperative components, it exists as the vibrational version of all that you have become. And your inner being, that larger part of you, every time you know what you don't want, you send off that rocket of what you do want, and that larger part of you evolves to the fullness of that and holds that vibrational frequency so that you can feel your way to it if you want to. So why is that necessary? Because when you're sifting and sorting and knowing what you don't want and therefore knowing what you do want, we love you so much, you know what's coming next. We love you so much. We love you so much, you unfocused freaks. And we love you so much. We love you so much. You launch rockets that you are not a vibrational match to. Because even though for a moment you really knew what you wanted, you mostly know why you don't want the absence of it. And that's the practiced vibration. Even sometimes when you're using words, positive sounding words with that really great smile on your face, the universe is not responding to that. If it were, you'd have it made. But when you realize that you are offering a vibration and that you are a vibrational being and that law of attraction is responding to your vibration, when you ask for something that you don't have and that I don't have it is the predominant feeling within you, then you're not a vibrational match yet to what you've asked for. So there is a vibrational gap between what? Between where you are and what you want? Yes, we could say that, but it's an even more important vibrational gap. It's a vibrational gap between who you're letting yourself be and who you have actually become. And that's the part that you don't like, because in that vibrational gap, you experience the glorious evidence of your own emotional guidance system that's letting you know, hey. Well, your emotions vary, and hey to hey. But it's that vibrational variance between knowing who you are and really knowing who you are. When you feel negative emotion, it always means that your life has caused you to evolve to a frequency that you are not steadily maintaining. Not yet. You can, but not yet. So we have some analogies here for you today that are going to make it very easy for you to figure out what to do as you're moving through your day, different aspects of your day, under different vibrational conditions. We want you to realize that while you have created this vortex version of you, this vibrational version of you, that it is a reality that until it manifests, you're not that excited about calling it a reality, but we are, and you don't need to worry about it. It exists even in your ignorance of it. So if we can convince you that it exists, if you can just sort of take that on conceptual faith, if we can convince you that there is this vibrational version, then the only thing that you are wanting to be aware of is whatever you're doing with your mind right now is causing you to choose some relationship with some vibrational versions that you've set into motion. So we began describing to you that while this vortex is there, and we said to you, get in the vortex, become a vibrational match with your vortex. Now we are saying to you the same thing in a little bit different way. Understand what your point of attraction is, which is the same thing as saying, pay attention to how you feel right now. Because your emotions are letting you know the vibrational relationship that you have with this furthermost expanded version of you. So we want you to get the mental picture that there is a vibrational version that you've set into motion, and that as you stand in your now, depending upon what you're speaking about or feeling about or thinking about, you are establishing a relationship with this vortex version. But we also want you to know that when you're in a bad mood, you're launching a vortex version too. When you are in fear, you're launching a vortex version. When you're in joy, you're launching a vortex version. Now, the only vortex version that is being tended by us is that high frequency, that high flying, pure positive energy vortex version. That's where we reside, in a place of non-resistance. So when you launch one of those rockets, and we recognize it as that new expansion of you, we achieve the vibrational frequency with it, and we maintain. And it's important for you to know this. We maintain, we're talking about source energy, we're talking about your inner being, we're talking about all who love you, maintain that high frequency that you have achieved through the life that you have carved out. And it's like shining that frequency so that you will know it when you feel it. And, equally important, you will know it when you're not feeling it. In other words, you will know by the way you feel your vibrational relationship with that vortex version of you. You get to choose which disc you get on. In other words, it's all spinning, and law of attraction's gathering it up from wherever you are. And if you had an argument with someone last night and you're repeating it in your mind this morning and you're defending, you're justifying, you know that you were right and you know that they are wrong and you're irritated that they are stubborn and you're all geared up really wanting to find a way to express to them with greater clarity what you know so that you can finally convince them of the rightness of what you are offering about, you get a pretty good vortex going there, and that's the vortex that you've chosen. And even though you've asked for all kinds of things up here, you don't have access to them. But you know what? You do have access to all kinds of things that feel like this. You are vibrationally choosing your points of attraction. And law of attraction is matching you up with experiences and people and thoughts and images that are in the same vibrational frequency. You cannot be on one frequency and receive something from another frequency. Law of attraction is making sure of that. But you can be aware of what your frequency is, and you can do something about it. And the reason that we are speaking to you in this way is because we know that through life you have developed patterns of thought, you've developed beliefs, you've developed ways that you look at things. And some of them, a lot of them in fact, serve you very well. And some of them, a lot of them in fact, are not serving you very well. But you're all over the place with them because you have not been evaluating the content of your thought by its vibrational nature, by its point of attraction nature, by its relationship with your vortex nature. You have not been evaluating. You've been evaluating it by the loudest squeaking wheel, or by the people who are up closest to you, or by the news media gets the most attention. You've been evaluating it in screwy ways. And we want to help you to understand that once you get hold of your understanding of what your emotions are about, and once you care about the frequency that you are broadcasting, because you want to claim what you've put into your vortex. You want to claim what you've put there because it is through life that you have created it. It's through life that you have expanded to that. It's through life that you have become that. And it's time for you to experience the fruits of your sifting and sorting experience. It really is. We just don't think you should have to croak to claim resonance with all that you've become. We think it's time for you to begin consciously experiencing it now.